Second place, Jamaica third and coming into second place. And now Britain with something to do. America lead, Jamaica second, Great Britain third. On the the Jamaicans have fallen. The Jamaicans fell on the changeover. America lead. This is Derek Mills. In second place, Mark Richardson. Had such a good season. Britain's number one last year. Had injuries and illness early on. But coming back to his very best. And this young man from Windsor, Slough Eden is very good. But Mills, like a little rubber ball, very, very small. Now kicks hard, and Black's going to have about 5 meters, 6 meters to make up on the last leg. America lead, Great Britain second, Jamaica third, and the Americans now with Maybank on the last leg, and Roger Black. Now, can he time it right? He's going to get tucked in behind if he can. But that was a good lead. It was about 6-7 meters. Now, Black now is doing the right thing. He's got to get there, but then wait. Still Maybank, America. This the glory leg. Roger Black seeking Olympic gold. And Maybank kicks, Black responds, but America go away. And the lead was too great for Black to make up. America take gold, Great Britain silver, Jamaica bronze.
I surprised you with that. As you sat and watched that and you went right back to Atlanta in 1996, what went through your mind?
Oh, that I hope this time I won't fall. But, you know, it was a good experience, you know, even though I fell.
Yeah, but what was amazing, all of us watching thought, oh, we can't medal. But you picked up yourself, and it's as if you didn't lose a beat. How did you do that?
Well,
what kind of mental place would an athlete have to be at to do that?
Well, it did require a lot of strength from within. But sometimes when you have a purpose, the purpose helps you to be mentally tough. And my purpose that day was to bring home a medal for my country and to bring home a medal for myself. So I had to put it into extra gear, so to speak, to see if I could just pick myself up and not just do it for myself, but also do it for my team and my country.
As we say in Jamaica, you can pupa look nice and you get up and you moved. Let's go back to the early days. And I want to start with Woodford Park and Seaview Gardens. You left Woodford Park with your mother and sisters and headed to Seaview Gardens. What happened?
Well, you know, that was a tough time because when we left Woodford Park to Seaview Gardens, we felt like we were safe. And once we entered Seaview Garden, we were in a situation where we had no light and we had to borrow light, so to speak, from JPS, and we had no water. So it was a new environment and things just started to get tough. And it was hard sometimes to cope. Your
mother had lost her job?
Yes.
So it was mother, 3 sisters and yourself?
Yes.
So how you coped on a daily basis?
Well, sometimes I ask myself how I did it. But family means a lot to me. And to know that as the only boy, my mother, she was really looking towards me to do something. And I felt the burden. I felt I had to carry the family burden. So sometimes I used to sit and wonder, how am I going to do this? So I guess through finding that, I end up finding myself, and the mental toughness just came about, not because I wanted it to, but because I had no other choice.
You were attending Excelsior Primary and Excelsior High. But during this time, lots of things were happening, including as a 14-year-old, 6 of your friends were massacred in Seaview Gardens. Talk about that.
That's a very tough time because it could have been me. And I remember the day I had to leave Seaview Gardens for some reason because I would have been there. But to hear the news that 6 of my good friends lost their lives, it was something that I had to deal with. And when you're in the ghetto, you don't have counselors to help you cope. So you try to find other coping mechanisms. And sometimes you may rebel. For me, I did rebel a whole lot. I had issues in school because I kept seeing things just be replaying in my mind as to you could have been there, but God spared your life, you wasn't there, and I was able to cope the best way I knew how to.
Of course, the person behind that was a man called Natty Morgan. Yes? Did you ever meet him?
No, I did not. I just saw the news, we heard the stories, but I never met him
You
personally.
speak about rebelling. Did you ever think of going on the other side of the law at 14, of picking up bad company, as we say in Jamaica?
You know, influence is a thing, and you know, when you live in the ghetto, Seaview Gardens, you feel the pressure to be somebody else. But the thing about it, I wasn't brought up that way, so there was always a struggle. But as I say, sometimes you rebel, you want a better way, you don't know how to express it. And as a young man, I did things that I'm not proud to say, but we struggle a whole lot, you know, trying to find ourselves. And when you see different family members just going through some tough times, you sometimes still be a little grateful